Hello everyone, it's me, the Blade Hero 22, and today I'm recording or doing some post-commentary over a WarGroove match I played with my girlfriend. For the clarification, I picked the blue guy with the prosthetic legs, and my girlfriend is the very obvious Starbound character. So, when we discussed what we wanted to do in WarGroove, she said, "Hey, let's beat up Sedge as a team," and I'm like, sure, why the hell not? So, I believe I hosted the match, and I chose this because it's a pretty good two-player map, or a good map if you want to do one against two CPUs, if you hate life and want to make yourself miserable or something, or if you just want to show off, then, that's a good idea too. So, I arranged it in such a way that the CPU, the black Sedge up there, would go first because that's where Team 1 deploys, and Team 2 deploys on the bottom. Both of them are allies. I arranged it so that he would go first, she would go second, and I would go third because I want to see what she does before I do anything. You know what I mean? And, of course, right off the bat, fucking Sedge buys a dragon, because, he wants to be a cheap-ass motherfucker. And you know what they say about cheap-ass motherfuckers. They always do cheap things and get cheap punished back to them, or something. I don't fucking know. But for a cheap move such as that, the dragon was actually pretty expensive, in case you couldn't tell. He lost, all his money from that, which is why buying a dragon on, turn 2 isn't a smart move. I just went right ahead and I let her take that tower because, I suck with air units. I mean, I can handle a swooper and a dragon just fine, maybe a balloon, but generally, I am not an aerial commander. I'm more of a ground troop commander. Particularly when there's, archers and trebuchets and windy weather is usually where I thrive the most. And these are all component conditions for me to be at least decent in WarGroove. I even messaged her, because, we were messaging each other during the recording. I told her he bought a dragon, and, at some point she says, "Why do you think I'm being support here?" I unfortunately do not have the Discord pop-ups that we were using to talk up during this recording, because I set my thing to only record the game and not the entire window. But it's actually a pretty good thing that I did not record the entire window, because somebody else started messaging me around this time too, because I forgot to set myself to Do Not Disturb, which is something you generally should do when you start recording. I did not do that. So I wound up getting not only her messages, but the messages of the other guy, who kept pestering me to, "Hey, do you want to play a game of Team Fortress 2? And I'm like, can this wait? I'm making a video. So, I think around this turn, she buys a Skyrider to deal with that dragon. And of course, the number one rule when going into enemy territory is to start seizing uncontested territories. That one's right next to her, so I would not call that an uncontested territory. I would call that, well, no, it was a contested territory rule. You have to go for contested things, which is both within reach of both you and the enemy's line of capturing. Uncontested is usually the stuff you can just leave alone right off the bat until you get some contested properties, because you need that revenue, You need the revenue to buy whatever you need. And of course, I don't abide by my own advice here, and I just take that one right off the bat, which is a dumb idea. That dragon can attack me. Or at least, it can attack something this turn. I thought about moving my mage that way, and I ended up doing that anyway. Because, you know, at first I was thinking, maybe I could get the mage over here, but then I think I remembered if I bring him here with the wagon, then he'll just be vulnerable next turn. Because if you unload something out of a wagon, then it can't move. I also made another dumb move here. I put that infantry, that swordsman, above that house. I should have put him on the left side of the house, because that would have meant... That probably would have meant I wouldn't have gotten him attacked, because he did get attacked, as you will see later. So to end my turn, I decide, you know what, I'm going to buy a fucking knight. See what he does. And I also made the dumb move of putting my commander on a road, because the dragon's critical hit condition is it deals critical hits to anything on a road. And I think, yeah, this was where she said, why do you think I'm being support here? As soon as I saw that bloom dragon, I basically went, oh shit, and got the obvious, which was the Sky Rider. So, you know. And now the enemy starts taking my stuff, which I'm like, hey, you can't do that, that's mine, I took that. So now, with Sedge moving forward to attack me, and prioritizing me over my girlfriend there, she's free to make whatever move she wants. And she has told me, I've never played this game much. She's only ever played the game with me a couple of times. Sorry about that. Throat feels really dry for some reason. But you know what? I'm gonna keep making commentaries anyway. And of course, she just moves it forward. You know what? Not a bad strategy. Probably be a lot better if she bought a wagon. And I think this is the point where I don't remember if I messaged her here. But I think around this point, the other guy started messaging me. He was like, hey, you want to do a round of TF2? And I'm like, dude, I'm making a video right now. No. Maybe later. Maybe after we deal with this fucking map. So I take that village. And around this point, I start thinking to myself, what can I do? How can I get this guy's attention? How can I get that dragon away from my commander? Should I attack that doggo? But then it hits me. He can probably go for me, but if he comes near me, what if I greeted him with a shitload of anti-airs? Around this point, I believe she said something along the lines of it was either my girlfriend or the other guy messaging me for the TF2 match that messaged me at this point. Yeah, this one was the TF2 guy. I'm sorry if the stuff is annoying, but, you know, that's what I get for not sending myself to D&D, and the dragon attacks me. He could attack any unit on the field, he attacked me, and I'm not even on the road. This idiot attacks my wagon, thinking it's going to die in one hit. It doesn't. Of course, this jerk also attacks my, mage. And around this time, during the phase, I was talking to Discord on my phone. I was using Discord on my phone, because I have Discord on my phone. And I basically tell my girlfriend, like, once the dragon hit my commander, I basically just told her, he fell for my trap, I wanted him to do that. Because, yeah, I did want him to do that. I wanted him to go right into the range of my anti-airs. Because now I have a way to get rid of him. My girlfriend, however, expressed a worry about that Bloom Giant. Because, yeah, Gloom Giants are not fun to deal with. So I'm just looking over my unit, seeing what I can do after I take out the dragon. Because, you know, why would I want a dragon anywhere near my side of the field? So, because the enemy did an oopsie, I took that opportunity to punish him for said oopsie. Sure, I lost a couple of HP for the mages in the process, but no war is without casualties. Unless it's the fucking Whiskey Rebellion or some shit. And that's one animal abuse charge I get. So, she messages me that she thinks the giant is a worry. Noticing her worry and taking it into consideration, I buy a trebuchet. You are already dead. I will cut you down. I will not be defeated. Sorry, I just like Ryota's theme so damn much. Sometimes I just find myself singing along to it with my own personal lyrics or something. I'm probably gonna make a video with them. I'm not sure. Then again, I'm pretty sure these are lyrics that I don't want anywhere on YouTube because someone's gonna be like, you got his personality wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Unsubscribed, unfriended, everything. Get that shit out of my face. Bye-bye! And Sedge decides to commit a war crime and attack my wagon. That wagon that I specifically sent over to her side of the field to serve as a sort of barrier. So, with the barrier down, now he has the ability to storm her side of the map with impunity, which he doesn't do, by the way. He mostly just diverts most of his forces towards me for the first half of this match. And you know what? It's kind of annoying, but I'll take it. You know, if Sedge is focusing his attention on me, then it occurred to me, if it occurred to me later, but if Sedge is focusing his attention on me, then that gives her the opportunity to take out his HQ. And I figured, you know what, maybe that should be our strategy. Of course, I didn't figure this out until much later, but basically that's what it's looked like. It's looking like it's going to be going that way. And of course, take the last available property within that general vicinity. And of course, because I have the Trebuchet and the effect of wind on my side, I have a pretty good shot at that Gloom Giant. But I also noticed that Ballista down there, and if she makes the wrong move, the Ballista can just shoot her out of the sky, which is going to be a problem. So it's my turn now, and I'm having the worst time deciding what I want to do. I start with the obvious critical hit and get this swordsman out of the way. Didn't really need to do that. I thought I did, but turns out I didn't. Next, I get rid of this swordsman. Usually infantry are a big part of the capturing game, but I only needed to take back like one house, and I wasn't really focused on that. I was more focused on what other troops he had available. So now I'm thinking to myself, what do I do now? I should probably get that archer out of the way. But then I realized, you know what? What's that ballista going to do to me this turn? What is that ballista going to do? I don't have any air units. He's just going to do piss to me. So I ultimately made the decision to take out the Gloom Giant. And after that, I buy a Heron Guard. I don't remember what I needed the Heron Guard for. Probably to try to deal with that cavalry that he bought all the way up there. And I bought another one because I wanted the pikeman critical hit. So now, with my forces assembled, we decide to wait out the enemy ambush. I'm a little worried to see what they do, and the first thing he does is attack my knight. And he buys another dragon. I didn't even notice he bought another dragon until that one started flying, and I'm like, ah, great, he bought another dragon. Of course, this time, he seems a lot more prepared to deal with it. So I message my girlfriend and I tell her, he bought another dragon. Like that dragon is freaking me out. But she's got a Skyrider this time. Oh no, wait, she said that. She said that dragon in the corner is freaking me out. So, I don't know what she is doing or what she is thinking, but I noticed that she's just assembling her troops, because, like, she's getting an assault force ready, because she's in a better position to strike hard than I am. I don't know if she realized that, but eventually she caught on, because the enemy was primarily focusing on me, which big irony there, if you know what I'm talking about. So she's just preparing for an attack or for defense. It's one of the two, because she's preparing for an attack. She's bound to meet resistance upon trying to take the guy's base. I couldn't decide which target to hit, the soldier or the house. But ultimately, I ended up taking out the house because, you know, I need my properties. I need my real estate. I need my real estate. So because I know that she has advantage against that dragon, I decide I'm going to help her out and try to take out that ballista. It doesn't work. And that's all I can really say about that. So, what was I worried about taking out either target with a trebuchet shot? A trebuchet shot, I should say, since I wound up taking both targets out anyway. And while I was at it, I figured I'd weaken that arrow knot, I think it's called. And that is the other guy messaging me. So, I am taking this moment to think to myself, how am I going to go about this? My groove is charged, but how do I want to go about it? I can't just dash along and try to take out the ballista that way, because that's going to put me in range of Sedge. And there's a dragon over there, so how am I supposed to deal with that? I could take out that archer, but that also puts me in range of everything else. So you can see for a moment that I consider doing a blade dash right there, but there's too many things in the way of where I want to go. So now I'm like, well, shit, what do I do? So I think the best thing that I end up doing is I just put my commander in the forest, because, you know, even if I do take a hit or something, the forest is going to protect my defenses. The forest provides defense, so I'll be fine. And of course he bought another Gloom Giant, because, you know, Sedge wants to be an asshole. He wants to be an even bigger asshole by destroying my trebuchet, which, thanks a lot, by the way. I didn't need it anyway. Ballista takes a brief shot at her Skyrider, but because I weakened it, it doesn't do as much damage as it would have otherwise. My knight goes down because my knights don't have air defenses, which is bullshit. But then again, tanks didn't have anti-air defenses in Advance Wars, so I guess that makes sense. This jackass decides to take out my infantry, which I specifically put there to bait him out. Jesus Christ, my throat is dry. But hey, you know what? I probably should be getting some drinks, but you know what? I decided I wanted to do commentary instead. Do I make good life choices? Hell no. Don't be like me. And she also hexes some of the enemies here to, I think, give me a fighting chance against the enemy. Not that I have one at that very moment. I have to figure shit out. So she buys an aeronaut. The assault shall commence. Okay, so now it's my turn. And I try to figure out what do I want to do with my mage because he can't reach the dragon. And the dragon can also reach a good majority of my units. Like, no matter where I go, the dragon's just gonna be there. So I make the 70 IQ move and just have my wounded mage do some damage to that aeronaut. I don't do enough to kill him, but he doesn't do enough to kill me either. And at that point, I just decided, okay, this ballista is an eyesore. This thing attacked my girlfriend, so now he's gonna die. So, it died. And now I'm thinking to myself, what can I do against that dragon? If I try to build a wall, he'll just attack anything in the wall, or something else will attack a component of the wall and just go for me. So, I don't really have a lot of options here. But then it hits me. I have one move I can try. And I'm not sure if it'll work, but it's worth a shot anyway. The only thing is, I genuinely wish that I had positioned that wagon and pikeman better. So here, I'm mapping out my plan before I execute it. That's right, baby. I chose to blade dash my way through the enemy.
You are already dead.
Oh yeah! Took out the aeronaut, and I took out the archer. The knight took a bit of damage, but you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough for me. So I build another mage because I need to sustain some anti-air. And after that, my girlfriend just messages me and says, okay, that was awesome. So now, I'm trying to think about what I can do about this dragon. If I can do anything at all. Maybe my mages can deal with it? It's a thought. So, at this point, while I'm making plans and while she's planning her assault, I accidentally put myself in a sort of corner. Because, as it turns out, going into the beach or going into water significantly lowers your defenses. So he decides to send a Gloom Giant and that knight, that wounded knight, to corner me. Of course, I could just go further into the water to try to evade him, but because in water you only get like one tile of movement, that's not really a good idea. And at this moment, my girlfriend sends me a message saying, okay, you're in trouble. Like, I hope you don't die, because if you die, I am fucked. What the heck's going on with the video here? Okay, I don't know what happened, but it looked like my thing was, like, lagging or desyncing for some reason. But she's over there. She's rushing her air units to try to help me because she has told me that she's not very good at this game. She has a deception nailed down, but because like she once played against me and this other guy. She asked, "Why are you ganging up on me?" Because you know we kind of were fighting her units at the same time. So I decided to turn my units toward him. I beat him, but because I was already knee deep in her territory. I beat her at that match. So ultimately, I would say she's not bad. She's not bad at the game. She's just new to it. And considering that, of the two of us, I've been playing Advanced Wars since middle school, I'm clearly the one that has the more experience here. The most experience out of the both of us. So now here I am, wondering how the hell I'm gonna get out of this, because, like, if I do die, she has to handle this by herself. And she is worried about me. And you know what? I can appreciate that. Like, even when we're playing video games, my girlfriend's worried about me. That's actually sweet. So in the midst of her turn, I just message her and I tell her, I'll be fine. Even though I'm more than likely not going to be fine. So how am I gonna get out of this?